what are those traits of us, certain traits or certain values or certain doings of us Malaysians or certain practices that is common among all Malaysians? What are those that you can say we Malaysians have an advantage in the global marketplace because we have these certain traits compared to the Westerners or compared to anyone else?
Malaysians, the traits I would say we are, how do I put it? We are so used to working culture wise. We are so used to working non-stop. I'd say just to hustle.
Yeah.
Because in this part of the world you have to hustle to make it. It's not hard. Maybe that part of the world you don't have to hustle as much, but you can still do decent. You know what I'm trying to say? So the hustle mentality, when you are bringing it from Malaysia to there, you are different because when in overseas you no longer feel like you're trying to enjoy the overseas because everything is expensive and stuff. So your survival mode kicks in. When you do that, you are just so prone to just working, being an Asian, working and trying to make it, hustling. Yeah.
Yeah, actually same. When I go to Australia last time, right? My project was about 2 weeks actually. So I went there for the project so there is no leave in between. No? Every day you must wake up at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock and go to work and then finish at 6 or 7 o'clock. So we was doing that for the past 2 weeks and the project couldn't finish still. And we have to extend for 3 weeks and we have to, as usual, no break. Just keep on working. Your lunch hours also, they will serve you food over there. Makan, eat, eat, work, eat, work, eat, work. But same go to the site manager at the time. Site manager, you only come at 9 morning, he says until afternoon, evening one, you will charge. So there is no guidance for you. Like you just go there for that particular project, you have to finish it and just chow from there.
I feel one of the biggest advantage we Malaysians have. See, in Malaysia, one of the biggest advantages that we oftentimes neglect that we have is that we live in a multiracial country. Because we live in a say for example, right? Every one of us have a Malay friend. Every one of us have a Chinese friend.
Sure.
Every one of us have an Indian friend. That is just the beauty of being a Malaysian.
Correct.
Right? But we do not exploit that advantage we have obtained because of this at our workplace. What do I mean by that? For example, see, for example, if you were to live in a let's just say you're from Beijing. Okay, from Beijing.
China.
Okay? Imagine you're from Beijing, you studied in the Chinese government school, you work in you do your secondary education also in Chinese government school, tertiary education also public university, and then you become a government staff in Beijing. Right? Now let's just say this person is 30 years old. 30, yeah? Now this person gets an opportunity to go and pursue maybe a master's. Okay? For example, in America. Any parts of America. Do you know the adaptability that she needs to undergo to be able to live with people with these differences of culture?
Yeah.
Being a person that has just been within this environment or this group of people, right? So when she suddenly sees an Indian or an American or a European or an Arabic person, so she's gonna feel, oh, there are people like this. Oh, there are this. Oh yeah, these people do things differently. The adaptation process is gonna hinder her success rate doing whatever she's gonna do.
Correct.
Whereas for us, we from primary school, we have Chinese friends who eat different food than we eat.
Correct.
We have Indian friends who pray different gods than we pray. We have Malay friends who pray 5 times a day. And we know how to respect that. Right? We have religions that pray 2 times a day. We have religions that do different things in a different way. We celebrate each other's differences and we respect them. Because of that habit being embedded in us, don't you think a Malaysian should be able to work in any part of the world, regardless of cultural differences? Because maybe he might not be able to perform the best, but he will certainly adapt the fastest.
Correct. You're so accustomed to it.
Because you will just learn how to respect differences. You will not question differences, you will respect it. Like see, I won't go and ask Uma, why you pray 5 times a day?
Yeah.
Like I will just know, I don't need to know an answer to it and I just need to learn how to respect it.
Yeah.
You get it? But the same thing, I can't go and ask my Chinese friend, bro, don't eat pork in front of me. Bro, that's his food. If you don't like eating pork, you don't eat pork.
That's all.
Correct?
Simple as that.
But for a person, for example in India, if I were to go eat chassi in India now, being an Indian person, or go eat a steak in India now, being an Indian person, they're going to be like, what are you doing? Correct or not?
Yeah.
Can you imagine me eating a steak in front of a temple?
Yeah.
Right? But here, even if I were to eat a steak in front of an Indian temple, nobody's going to ask me anything. Because we know that, no, we just have to respect people's differences. That this is how we are.
Yeah.
We're
You know?
just born with that culture.
Other countries also, other people also do respect differences. But before it comes to the level of respect, it often starts with disagreements or questioning.
Mhm.
Why do you do it this way? Why do you do it that way?
Mhm.
No, I do it this way. Right? But here we will tell, if our kid comes back home and say, no, I saw this, we'll be like, no, that is how they do it. Respect it. Correct? Because it's just nature. Because we live among people of differences.
Mhm.
Right? And I feel we don't use that to our advantage in an international marketplace. We feel timid. We don't feel like we can talk. See, all of us know how much of people speak fluent English in Malaysia. Correct? You know, when I went to America to study, they actually thought I did not speak English. One person actually came and asked me, how do you speak English fluently? And I found it offensive.
Yeah.
Right? You know, that people, it's no joke. I'm not exaggerating at all. Okay? There have been people who came and asked me, do you guys live on trees? Legit. Legit. See, let's just say now, we see somebody that comes from Iceland. A Malaysian will never go and ask the person, do you live in an igloo?
No.
The person, like a Malaysian will never go and ask that. They will just know that I don't need to know where you live in. I just need to know you live in Iceland or how. You will probably try to get the information, but you will not ask it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
But maybe the person who asked me that never intended to offend me in the first place. Maybe that is just the cultural differences. But because I was a Malaysian, I knew this idiot just doesn't know how to put his words together to know where I live or how I live. Right? So I was able to ignore that and not invest anger or frustration in it. Correct? But why? Because we are a Malaysian. Probably when we were a kid, we have had these similar encounters when we were kids and we just were accustomed to it. You get it?
Correct.
But we don't give each other props for things like that, for being a Malaysian.
Maybe that's one way we are quite good at adapting in overseas, because we are so used to having
A multiracial.
multiracial around you every other time, and when you go to like a Western country, you see different races as well, and you're like not shocked or nothing. It's like normal.
Yeah.
Whatever you eat, whatever you do, okay, I respect. We are so used to it.
But what I'm saying is, we oftentimes don't use it as an advantage of ours. We just think like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like not even much. You see, when we went UK, right? When you see another Malaysian, you don't even have to talk to them. As long as you know there's another Malaysian, there'll automatically be a smile. That acknowledgement that, hey, you're from home. Like, why do we have that? I'm pretty sure even other nationalities feel the same, or maybe, I don't know. But I've just noticed that we won't even talk to them even. We'll just have a smile. But as soon as you see somebody who's from home, you'll just have a smile. And you know that transfer of energy is just like, I know you're from home. Yeah.
There's one smile.
Correct. But I don't see that. I don't see, like in UK, right? I've never seen that among two Americans. I've never seen that among two, like,
They just go apart. Yeah, just go
they're
apart.
very individual about what they do.
Mhm.
Last year, when we were in UK, right, it was during Hari Raya season. The whole of Hyde Park was filled with Malaysians. It was so beautiful to see. It was filled with baju Melayu and baju kurung, And we purposely walked into Hyde Park wishing everybody Selamat Hari Raya in Malay.
Yeah, it was so happy.
Purposely, And every time we said it, they were just so happy about it. They should somebody wish me like Selamat Hari Raya in Bahasa.
Yeah.
I thought it was Malaysia for a second. Every other Hari Raya, Selamat Hari Raya.
And everybody's having picnics, having the nasi lemak, whatever in the park, right? And do you see that culture was from Malaysia? You will never see people there as often of like sitting with a group of friends in a park and cooking for each other and eating. Like Christmas, they would not sit in a park and eat with a bunch of friends. They will have dinner privately in their family. That is their culture. You don't respect it. But we are so used to see in Malaysia, which function you don't invite friends over?
Yeah.
How is it even a function without friends over?
It's every function, friends are there.
Correct? But for them, Thanksgiving is a very private, secluded, personal function. Only important people they typically invite. People are going to be members of the family or whatever, right?
Correct.
But here, how's our Deepavali open house? How's our Hari Raya open house?
Everybody. Neighbor, friends,
The whole room will be in the house.
Yeah, your neighbors.
Oftentimes you won't even know who is these people in the house.
The food nice?
Yeah.
Good, bro.
So like that is what we are used to, right? And we should use that into the work environment. Like, see, imagine you're a Malaysian boss. You can adapt to the your employees' differences better.
Correct.
because you're just used to it. You're just so nature. You're just so in tune with that capability, right? But oftentimes we just completely forget that, and we just go in there and just try to compete as if we're all equal. No, everybody from different countries, their culture and their values gives you an advantage or a disadvantage.
Correct.
You just need to pick which one you want to exaggerate in your workspace and not. That is just what I think. Like, because I just feel like as Asians, we don't give ourselves enough credit for our work ethic, for the way we hustle, for the way we think and do things. We look up so much to the West, as if they are good at what they do, but I don't see them any great compared to what we are not. Anyways,
Exactly. I feel like
I feel like in fact we do a lot of things as good as well or even better at times.
I agree 100%. Even in terms of we Asians, we see convenience as the major part of any of our businesses, right? And we put it first because that's what we all want, convenience, easy, so hassle free. But I don't know, in the Western side, that is not as focused. It's more to
SOP
process,
lah.
process and SOP. You have to follow this and follow this. Only then you get. So the convenience key, it's not as much shared there. So when we go there, we try to create the convenience, create that service. So we all Malaysians living abroad or all Asians living abroad will feel home with the things we do. Yeah.
And also the convenience also just communication with that person, like
Yeah.
how you want to convey the message. If they're happy doing it, definitely they will help you
Yeah.
out.
Exactly. And it's interesting. Actually, I wanted to ask you all a question. So, how do you guys feel when you guys know that your colleague is abroad? What are the things you guys goes to? Because I was there for 3 months, the whole team was there. I wonder how and what you guys were.
Like, see, for me, I'm sure everybody would have a different perspective because we play a different role in the company. Like, for me, it was not about what are you gonna do and all. Like, okay, is this person gonna be able to perform to how this person is expected to perform being by himself? Is he gonna be self-accountable, or must we have somebody to just keep an eye? Or will this person be able to be self-sustained? Like, those were my concerns. And because before you can develop something, first you must get something going.
Correct.
Then when we saw, that's why I was very particular that no, before I come back, I want the first word up.
Yes.
So like we know, so I know that things are already going. Now you can just start from developing.
The flow from there.
And that's why I was very particular about that. Then when that happened not seamlessly, we still had to go.
Exactly. Remember the first time I
Yeah.
said we get to learn it ourselves.
Yeah, like we had to basically figure out, ask and figure out things ourselves.
Yeah.
But after that, I felt like it was just about whether are you going to be okay as a person, not about the job. Like, are you going to be mentally okay being by yourself? I know because you don't have much friends there, or you don't, not much colleagues there.
About that being by yourself in overseas, for me, the first few days I was living alone, the first 20 days I was living alone. So it gave me a mentality to, just work and, exercise, be healthy. And also I wanted to explore a bit of UK. In my mindset, I was like, this might be like, one time, you actually enjoy by yourself, alone in a different country. Your parents and everybody are 17 hours away. So you don't have to worry about anything. So I was just exploring, trying to find out. It was actually motivating to do it yourself. And by day, you get happy. You get happy being alone. Like sometimes being alone, doing certain stuff gives you happiness. Especially when you're abroad. So yeah. But besides the food, it was just good. Being alone it was tough the first 10-15 days with family, your parents, your friends. You are so used to talking with your friends every other day and stuff like that. So yeah.
What was your concerns?
Mine was, I was actually happy because he was there, because the communications, right? Because earlier you guys know how it was difficult to communicate to a vendor in UK. And when he was there, at least I feel so much of relief because mostly customers ask me what's happening, this and that. So I asked them, the reply is a bit late. At least you were there. I have the assurance. At least I will tell the customer, okay, no problem. He gives a number to my colleague in UK and he will talk to you. He explains the whole process.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm a bit relaxed now. Because last time I was very tense, because
Correct.
every time whenever it happens, I have to wait for the replies.
So
and
the
so
time
many
difference,
things.
yeah.
So, at least from here, and also we have our own way of communication within ourselves, within the team. So it could make the process much more easier and the flow is much more convenient for everybody here.
Correct.
That is one thing. I was little bit worried because I know about your taste of foods in UK. We were very like, how you gonna survive that food over there?
Okay,
But luckily managed to go through that.
see, you were there now. You were there. Now you also the person who left somebody there and came now.
Yeah.
So now how does it feel from this side?
Yeah, so exactly when the reason I asked this question, the issue is that the moment I left in the car when I left our other friends serving there, I was like, Mike, how did you feel when you left me? I felt so bad doing this. I don't know why.
It is hard. It's super hard. See, to be very honest, it's hard because it's your friend.
Yeah,
It's not just a colleague or a partner, it's your friend that
Correct.
you care about.
Correct.
Right? And because of that, it's like the money at one point. Like,
Exactly.
it's about, is this person going to be
You're
happy
okay.
and safe or not?
Yeah.
Right? It's fun. See, we are all, let's get to this bottom line, right? We are all here not working to live. We are living, we are not living to work. We are working to live.
100%.
Right? So fundamentally, this person will be happy, this person will be safe, this person must feel empowered.
Correct.
Right? And that is a scary feeling when you're leaving somebody there and hoping that they are going to feel all of these. And because you know why? It's either going to make you or break you.
100%.
If it
Yeah.
makes you, all good and fine. If it breaks you, I know how it feels. you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say it's a mixed feeling. Like you also feel very empowered. Like, hey, look, we started this company by just starting in a plastic table, and now we are able to send somebody over to London to run business, not just to sit there and make it. Is to run business, make money, and what else more empowered you feel?
Correct.
Like last time starting a company in Malaysia initially was a big thing. Now starting companies in multiple countries, starting employing people in multiple countries at this age, I feel like no amount of money can equate to that.
The happiness we have.
Yeah, so it's a mixed feeling, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I can't say that it's not scary. It's
But knowing that my friend is there now, I'm here. The tables are stood. I am making as much things here possible for him, so everything for him will be smooth. Because I know what he is going to already face. So whatever he's going to face, I already expect it. I already text him about it. Just to know that everything is okay. But yeah, I know how it feels. But my job here for him, I will make sure everything goes smooth. I have been doing it. I've been calling him every day. I know at times to call him also since he's waking up and stuff. Yeah, I'm making sure whatever that I wish could have been done when I was there, I'm doing it for him. Anybody else as well. Yeah.
So Sarah, when you're watching this, don't worry, about you. We're just 13 hours away if at all anything happens.
13 hours
13
away.
hours away. If at all anything happens, we will be there in 13 hours. So just hang in there for half a day. Okay. And Jeremy, welcome back to Malaysia.
Yay! Yes.
And yes, hope you guys like this episode of Coffee with the Boys. And look out for more contents like this. And yeah, stay tuned for more contents of dope things. We've got a good couple of things planned up for you guys. So I hope you guys will stay interested. And yeah, you guys don't have a choice anyways. Bye.
Bye.